But anyways, just trust
Hello,
me.
everyone. Welcome to my 10-year retrospective. I was originally planning to record on obviously my computer and then record my microphone on my cell phone, but it turns out that I didn't mute my mic on my computer recording and I can't split the tracks of the audio and the game. I probably should have set that up, but unfortunately, I don't have too much time today. So yeah, it's gonna be sounding a little cooked, a little really cooked. But there's some cool things in there. If you still want to listen, that's fine. If not, this video will be up. But yeah, welcome to my 10-year retrospective. I'm really am sorry. But if I didn't get started with this now, I never would have because it's the day of.
So today we're gonna be playing Minecraft Java Edition, and I guess reminiscing a little bit. So give me a split second. There we go. Hi again. This is actually the exact seed, according to like 10-year-old as well diary entry that I found in like 6-year-old messages. So yeah, we're gonna see. I actually have no clue what it's gonna generate like. Primarily because I just like I actually have no clue what this is.
This was obviously a completely different engine. It was the Pocket Edition engine, which later got changed to the Windows Edition engine, which then got coalesced with this and blah blah blah. Anyways, so obviously there's 1.18 as well now. So pardon the coughing every once in a while. I'm a little sick. But yeah, no, this was back in the day. Let's have a little bit of this gem. Yeah, so welcome to Minecraft Java Edition. And yeah, so I guess I'll tell the story behind this channel, or maybe behind the persona in general. I'm calling myself Forever these days online, as of, I guess, 2 years, almost exactly, I guess. Yeah, wow, that's actually insane. But anyways, my first name was Felix9867, which crazy pull. That was actually copied from my cousin, who was like Felix something. I don't remember the numbers. And then in 2016, I used to have this like password that included premium and four numbers, and then like a bunch of other characters before and after. Mm, and so, and exactly one special character. I remember that. But yeah, it was like for my laptop or something, and obviously when I actually got online, I changed it. I think maybe it was a password for the first few years for the YouTube account and stuff like that. And so yeah, no, so that was that. And I remember, I think it was when my intro video dropped. Here, your videos. Someone commented like, "Hey, you should change your name to something else." Um, and so I did it for some reason. I don't know why I made it Premium Plays. I feel like that's so incredibly unoriginal. Yeah, it's my new intro. Obviously, there's a lot of private things. I think this first one is the only one that's not private. Um, oh, comments aren't supported. So I don't even know what this like who actually gave me that idea. And I got this from a preset website from like back in the day. I tried to find it again years later, but I couldn't find the preset. So I guess it just disappeared. But yeah, here's my description. I don't think these channels are still active. Yeah, I've only spoken Spanish and Dutch since then. What's my accent? I guess I knew it even back then. And here's my achievements. On February 8th, 2016, exactly 10 years ago, I got 10 views on my first video, which happened that day. I got 10 subscribers 20 days, no, 18 days later. And 1,000 views months later and 50 subs like a year and something later. So definitely strange, strange, strange. Let's actually see. Hold on. So if the premium plays, I was Retrade, which we'll look at that in a little bit. Oh, this channel is actually still active. So anyways, you can check out Trickster if you want. But after that, I moved channels. I actually had, I don't know if you saw this, like when I went to my videos, but there's actually a last video that I never uploaded. Um, which I used to use YouTube Editor back in the day, which is a little crazy because I just like it was insanely bad, and I think it got discontinued right after I stopped using it. So anyways, it looks like, yeah, it looks like these all of these were like a video, and I wanted to drop that, and then there was a different video where I actually played the Overwatch clone. It's actually not an Overwatch clone, like Paladins, shortly after because I couldn't afford Overwatch. um, so yeah, I never actually dropped these. I haven't actually seen these. I remember this was a big deal to me because I actually swore in this video, and I was like, oh my god, this is a big step because I wanted to distance myself from the previous kind of family friendly things. After that, I did Retray. I guess I had a Twitter. I don't know if this is active. But yeah, this was funny. I remember I wanted to make something out of this, and then I never did. Um, and yeah, this is all like quarantine stuff. It actually has, yeah, this spell break, which is a little insane because this game used to be so good. Primarily Titanfall, Apex. I played those games a lot. I still love Titanfall. Log in with North Star every once in a while. This is 3 years ago, but that's actually when I unlisted it, or maybe like published it for real. Um, it has been unlisted for more than a year. I just made it public. So I'm gonna say that that's 2 years. So it was like June of 2020, which matches up with like the old interface. Um, and yeah, definitely old stuff. I didn't know I played King of Thieves on here. That's insane. Windcraft as well, which is dropping Fruma as of like yesterday. I think the trailer came out. So, anyways, after Retray, I actually named this after the Geometry Dash level. Um, Geometry Dash. Which was definitely a choice. It's this famous one, and I don't know why I try to lie about this. I was like, no, guys, it's not that, it's not that, it's not that. Okay, awesome, thanks, fandom. This is why we don't like fandom. But anyways, just trust me, it's a popular thing. And this is a little bit off the dome. I don't think I'm gonna like maybe edit some things, but definitely not cut here and cut there and everything. But yeah, so that was that. And so yeah, this is the exact same seed. This is alpha. I just realized v 0.13.2 alpha. So a lot different from the game nowadays. We'll put it that way. It's literally a whole different platform. Alternate redstone, if any of you remember that. I guess I had a Skyblock series. I actually completely forgot. I remember this with Jesse from Minecraft Story Mode.
So
So
yeah, I
yeah, I
guess
guess
we'll
we'll
play
play
now.
now. So this is definitely not the same. By the way, in that first video, I remember saying something like, "Yeah, this is actually my first time playing Minecraft." It definitely wasn't. Um, I just I don't know why I thought the video would be cooler if I said that. Um, but yeah, this is definitely a little different. And so yeah, I guess I wanted to make this video kind of as like a sign off of this channel. Kind of, I don't know, it's very obviously dead, right? There's literally one public video and then like 30, 40 unlisted ones that I'll never watch. Maybe I'll make like an unlisted playlist and put it in the comments or something like that. But yeah, this is like the fabulously optimized mod pack with my resource packs added on. Not all of them will work because I don't actually because I don't actually play this. um Here, we're gonna increase this a little bit and reduce this to 60. Um, but yeah, yeah, like this is a little broken. It's for like a different version. I didn't want to play the other thing. Oh no, you're supposed to make like, yeah, you're supposed to do this. Sorry, I haven't actually played survival in a little bit. Much less on my own. I have a world with some friends. And that's like it. Um, But yeah, so anyways, I guess I'll talk about my life now. Like I said, this is mostly off the dome. I didn't really plan this out. So I'm in college now, obviously. I'm back in the US, as you can maybe tell by my not as strong accent, which is exclusively Spanish, and Dutch is such a funny phrase to me. But I guess it was a good way to maintain my English. Now I'm having trouble speaking Dutch. I confuse it with German a lot, which I'm studying. And so yeah, so I'm in the U.S. I'm studying in college. Today's actually the same day that Bad Bunny will perform at the Super Bowl, so I'm going to an event for that, which is really interesting because I remember knowing a little bit about Bad Bunny back in the day. I thought he was like strange. I didn't like him. Um, Dude, I actually have no clue how you play this. I just realized, but I guess maybe we can explore. Maybe make like a house or something like that. But yeah, today the Super Bowl will happen. I'll be with some friends, and then we're going to an event and something like that. So that's definitely gonna be fun. Maybe I'll show them this thing. What else should I say? I guess this is also like a time capsule for the future. Fun fact, I've never actually rewatched one of my videos in full after posting it. Like, even back in the day, I'd edit it and then be done with it because I just didn't like watching it back. So maybe I'll have the nerve, like, another 10 years down the line to watch this and be like, oh my God, I remember when I was in college and I didn't have any responsibilities. I remember. But anyways, yeah. Besides from that, you know, no, I haven't been in the Netherlands pretty much since I left. Um, I just realized I mined 43 logs. I'm never gonna need that many logs. um, Hold on, let me just make a boat and like get out of here. But yeah, so I guess we'll look for somewhere to settle down and then we'll like start mining and stuff like that. Maybe if we find like a cave or a ravine, that'll be nice. I wish I had Zero's map mod on, but I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's installed on this mod pack. So yeah, that he'll be performing at the Super Bowl. I'm really excited about that. As you can tell, I've said that 3 times. So I guess after premium, I don't know. I felt really ashamed about my videos, so I privated every single one of them. I actually thought about deleting them outright, but I thought that I'd regret it, and indeed, I was right. I would regret it. I would have regretted it if I deleted any of this. Um, so I'm glad it's unlisted. Yeah, actually, I think that's exactly what I'll do. I'll make an unlisted playlist in case I don't know if someone wants to look at these things. And yeah, now I'm studying chemistry in college. Having a lot of fun with that. I have a biochem assignment actually due today. Well, actually, it was due like Friday, but like my syllabus lets me turn it in the next workday, so it's technically due tomorrow. Anyways, uh, what else? I had a lot of fun in high school. I guess that was 3 years ago now. I've had a lot of fun in college. I started like being less of a nerd right as my interest started becoming less nerd like, right? So I used to love Five Nights at Freddy's. Shout out to me troll for that. That's literally that same. I don't know if I posted anything about TMT craft on this shit, but yeah, I almost definitely did. But that was, yeah, we're gonna settle down here. That was somebody who was very important to my formative development. Strange guy, great guy though. So that's definitely something. What do I do now? Oh yeah, I'm gonna make. Honestly, I know this is like inefficient, but I'm gonna make a shovel. And yeah, so that's actually how I got introduced to Five Nights at Freddy's. I remember it was like a theory type video, and I think it's the only theory video that the mute troll ever made. Um, so yeah, I was on that until pretty much it closed. I remember Unknown Ghost, Thread, 86. What else? Duck Space, Dark. Oh my God, Over and Mighty. And I'm actually still in that server. Shout out Elevex for the attention. And yeah, I make an oven now, right? Furnace. So yeah, hopefully you're not actually watching this because this might be genuinely the worst video ever made for any purpose. So hopefully you're having this in like the background, maybe looking at something. That's some ruins. I wish I had Fulbright, but I guess I'll make some old school torches or something like that. Yeah, why not? I like the delayed ass like real time lighting or whatever it's called. So yeah, after TMT Craft shut down, I mostly just chilled on like Hypixel. I think. I didn't really join up faction things. I think I did ZexyZex like faction server for a while, and then my base got immediately raided. Yeah, actually, I think I remember the. I think I have a screenshot that I found recently of that base. So it was really bare bones. It was just my sibling and cousin, and I think maybe some friends that we just stumbled into like online. Um, and yeah, so anyways, that was like literally my one and only faction server that I actively played. TFT Craft. After Hypixel, I actually met. This is a little embarrassing. On Hypixel, I was playing with a friend, and I would stumble into someone who would become really important to me later in life. I think it was like 2017 that I stumbled into her, and then like 2018. We started talking. We started e-dating because, of course, that was all the rage back in the day. And we still talk today every once in a while. I actually talk to her mom more than her, which is a little crazy. But yeah. So after that, I think I took a break from Minecraft for a good bit. Partially because it wasn't as popular. I think it started the resurgence in like 21, right? Or something like that. Pretty much when PewDiePie played it. Maybe right around the quarantine start. So, anyways, I took a pretty long break from it. I started playing more FPS games, Overwatch, Apex, Titanfall. Pretty much those three. I played Warzone with my friends for a good while, but I didn't really like it as much. We're gonna run out of stone pickaxe here without finding a single piece of iron, so that's very fun, of course. Um, and yeah, after that, I obviously moved to the U.S. before the quarantine. I was here for the quarantine, which was definitely something. I can't wait until it's 10 years since the quarantine, and I can like get. Oh my God! Wait, I wasn't actually looking at my screen. I was just on autopilot. But I can't wait until it's 10 years since the quarantine. That'll definitely be something to kind of read about and see what's up with that. Hold on, let me just put this on the furnace. I just realized there's a bunch of coal up in the top, so that's obviously very fun for me. So that'll be definitely fun to read. Cause and maybe in like a few years I can be like, yeah, I remember back in my day, I would have to tread through the pandemic to even have a chance of going to school. You are going to school, so maybe I'll say some, perhaps not so true things like that to whoever comes after. Um, this is actually bothering me, so give me 1 second. Dynamic. Where is it? Dynamic lights. Here we go. Fancy, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a yes. That's a little bit. That's a lot better actually. So, yeah, after that, I started playing Minecraft up again. Pretty much the my senior year of high school. I started playing Minecraft a lot. I caught up with everything. Oh my God, wait. Oh my God. Okay, I've been mining for a while. How long is this video? 17 minutes so far. I think I'll make it to 30 minutes and that'll be it. Um, and yeah, I thought it was a little strange how things had changed in Minecraft. I never really played Hypixel again. I think Hypixel's fallen off, man. Ever since I guess you could pinpoint it to what's his name, Technoblade, but I just didn't like it pretty much. Um, Maybe it's also just because back in the day, in Bed Wars days, like in Egg Wars days, and what's the server's name? CubeCraft. I remember there was like 45-minute matches, and you'd settle into play, and you could defend. I thought that was really fun for me, just the bunkering up when no one really knew what they were doing. The super aggressive playstyle really just isn't for me, unfortunately. Maybe I'd enjoy it if I had any amount of skill, but unfortunately I don't. So I just get rolled every single time. Um, and yeah, then I started getting a little bit into the PvP scene. I wanted to be like what's it? Oh, what is this? A spear? Okay, I guess I'm gonna make a bucket and a spear. I don't really know. Oh yeah, I think I saw this and it was like it's like a weapon type thing, right? Why does it look so different from all the other ones? Um, but yeah, going into like crystal PvP. I wasn't any good at it, of course. I just I just wanted to try it out. Let me actually put this like this. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Then I started playing survival with my girlfriend, who we're still dating, and I'm in my junior year now, so that's been a pretty long time, right? Um, and yeah, so that's that. Hold on, let me get some water, just to kind of. How do you actually use? Okay, so you aim it. Oh, I thought you could like dash with it or something. Maybe it's like an enchant, like the mace with the air boost. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I'm trailing off so much. I'm a little nervous, I guess. Let me actually mark my entrance point over here. It's somewhere over here, right? Yeah, right there. So yeah, I'm a little nervous. I don't know. I haven't published anything in literally like since 2017 or something. So that's insane. I'm really glad. It's been 10 years, and since then, I entered college. I noticed I've been dealing with a few mental health things. I don't really want to disclose them on the internet like that, but the typical things for people my age, right? Alongside with maybe some non-typical ones. Hopefully not. I'm still to get a definitive diagnosis. My psychiatrist appointment kind of didn't work out too well. They rescheduled it without telling me, and I had class at that exact time. Think about it. I probably should have skipped class. All right, shields are important. But I didn't want to, so that's definitely an L for me, I would say. Let me put this. Um, and yeah, so definitely, definitely a little bit of a journey since back in the day. Uh, oh, I thought I looked at the guy. That would have been bad. Yeah, okay, I'm not actually seeing any diamonds, so I think I'm just gonna resurface after this, or maybe I'll just resurface like right now, because I don't really care for mining. I just want to build something and then finish off the video. But yeah, typical stuff for people our age or my age, I guess. So that's been very fun to figure out. Obviously, with all the stigma surrounding that, I never really thought about it until now. Oh yeah, and back in the day, talking about stigma around mental health issues, I don't have any food. I just realized. I used to be like a hardcore Republican back in the day, like anti-LGBTQ, and then I figured out I'm a little perhaps how shall I say this? That was unproductive thought. So now I'm definitely not that. Let's put it that way. And yeah, definitely very strange to see all the that side talk about indoctrination while they fund PragerU to decide our education programs, which they want to defund. So it's been 20 minutes, right? So it should be day. Hold on, sorry, I was looking at my recording time. Oh, okay, it is definitely not day. Uh, yeah, okay, it won't be day for a while. So we're gonna have to figure out kind of how to survive. Definitely very fun, as you can tell. Actually, if I die on this recording, I just instantly stop the recording. So, wait, what? Oh, wait, but I can't use my shield at the same time. Wait, no. No, 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 no. Okay, we're just gonna bunker up in here. Hold my little torch in hand, block up over here. Um, Maybe I'll do this. I'm concentrated so hard right now, it's insane. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so I need like some sort of armor immediately. 8, 2, okay, so 10, that would be best for, damn it. I guess I'll get like a chest plate and an axe. I think that'd be good. Oh wait, I don't have an axe, a sword. Okay, that'll be a lot better. Okay, that's a weight off my mind. Realistically, I should have kept that wool, but that's fine. So yeah, what else apart from that? Mental health things. My classes have not been going great, but I think that has to do with the previously mentioned mental things. And yeah, obviously some of that is just bad study habits. I was a pretty smart kid. I would say I'm not like I say as I run into a skeleton. I think that's just karma, straight up. And I'm so sorry, chicken. Yeah, so I was a pretty smart kid, so I never had to learn how to like study or anything like that. Um, so that definitely was not good in the long run. Definitely hurt me a little. Oh my god, I thought that was a monster. Um, yeah, so probably not the greatest thing on earth, but it's okay. I think I'm learning now, and that's about life. I'm still young, so I don't think I'll put too much pressure on myself. I'll figure it out, right? I feel like a big thing with some of these things is like, and I thought this while learning how to drive, which I didn't learn that until like after I was 18, which for an American is a little late, right? Is that if there's like actual like brain rotted people, like just degenerates that know how to drive, it can't actually be that hard. So if there's like these dumb ass people that still make a living, still live. If they don't live the best life on earth, they figure out how to live. They're not total failures, or they're not failures in any sense of the word. Um, then I can also figure it out. So that's my perspective on that. Of course, that somebody asked for, I guess. But but yeah. So, anyways, point is, I'm not too worried. It's about learning, I would say, and expanding things. Kind of beyond what you previously had, and so yeah. So, um, please cook. Thanks. Okay. So, yeah, I guess we'll find a nice little place. I don't actually like the place where we landed at anymore, so I'm glad I didn't settle down there. That's a creeper. Um, and yeah, so I guess I can talk about things I've learned because it's getting a little long. It's 26 minutes. So I guess I should start wrapping this up eventually. Okay, nice. Thanks, Spider. Very good survival skills, as you can tell. I'm like dreaming this. That might be the worst thing. Oh my god, that might be the worst thing ever. I feel like about Oliver right now with the knowing nothing of what's going on. Um, oh, I can't eat this yet. Okay, it looks like it's sunrise, so that's nice. I guess I'll settle down here. This looks like a nice place. It's not super even, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. So yeah, I guess I can talk about things I've learned to a little bit of a greater extent. I had an interest in philosophy, not like bro philosophy, but like you know, like ancient Greek tradition, a little bit Eurocentric, but that's what kind of the foundation I would say for a lot of things, especially where I live. Um, I guess John Locke and people like that also play like a philosophy type of deal, but I feel like that's more history and American U.S. history and stuff like that. So I had an interest in that for a good bit. I still have it. It just I don't engage in it as much. Like maybe you still like reading, but you don't. So, anyways, I did want to make a few videos from here and there. I unfortunately do play Genshin Impact, which has done wonders for me as a person, of course, and. And I also play Clash Royale, and I also play Overwatch. So best selection of games ever, of course. and and yeah, I never actually ended up making those. For the Genshin Impact one, it was gonna be like a Risley guide because I like the character. But I never actually made it. Um, and I think part of that is just putting the stress on yourself, that you put the stress on yourself that your first attempt has to be perfect. Even if you consciously know that it doesn't have to be that way, you still put that pressure on yourself. Like, it has to be good. It has to be worth watching. And the thing is, like, I think the right way to approach it is do it for you. That's the only reason you should do things. Like, I know when I started YouTube, I was very obviously I was like a kid. I was literally a kid. So I was like, yeah, of course one day I'm gonna have 1 million subscribers and everyone will love me and I'll be famous and I'll get recognized. And that's just the wrong approach to everything in life, I would say. Like if you're doing things that you don't like, if you're doing things that or even that you kind of like but you have to force yourself to do it, sometimes it's just the way that it is, right? Like you're never gonna like doing your taxes or doing your laundry. Here is something that people really don't like. I don't know, I don't particularly gaff, but or doing like your dishes, or did I already say that? I don't know, but there's things that you're not gonna like and there's things that you're gonna have to do. There's just no way around it. And so for those things that you have to do, what do? You just do it because you figure that you have to do it. So don't wait for the right book is what I'm saying. Like don't wait for the perfect novel that you researched for ages. That sounds ridiculous, right? So why would you be waiting for another perfect opportunity for anything else? Um, that's what I think. Obviously, I don't always embody that, right? Like, but the thing is, like, let's say, I don't know, I think it's like You're a Loser by Spilo, or You're Below Average by Frothy Omen. Both those videos kind of echo and say what I'm saying to a much better extent. So I won't link them, but you can look them up. And they're really good videos. I do recommend them. They're about gaming, unfortunately, but they expand better. But I remember what Frothy Omen said. It was like, let's say you're struggling to get a girlfriend. Let's say you're struggling to kind of form those interpersonal relationships. This is a skill that you can train. Charisma is a skill that you can train. I would know this because I used to actually directly after I stopped uploading on this channel. Um, I was like super scared to talk to anybody. Like I remember my friend in the Netherlands, um, he'd say that they made self checkouts just for me, so I wouldn't have to talk to people because I would clam up and stuff. And that's just not the right way to approach life. I think if you're if you're like okay being on your own, that's fine. Everybody has different amounts of people that they need and different amounts of which people they need. So I don't think it's like the wrong thing to have few people, but I think everybody needs one person. Everybody needs at least one person. Maybe they can live for an extended period of time without somebody, and that's not the worst thing in the world. And maybe you feel that to a lesser extent or to a greater extent depending on how much you felt before, right? If you've always felt loneliness, then you're gonna not know then you won't notice if it's like particularly strong. But yeah, I think everybody needs one person at least, just someone that they can fall back upon. They can be like, hey, I'm feeling a little down, you want to come over for a few drinks, something like that. Doesn't have to be like the most intense thing in the world, like I've been saying. But just approach somebody. If you don't have that person, let's say you're going to college, just because it's the most familiar thing to me, go and talk to somebody on the street. I was actually at Dave's Hot Chicken a few days ago, which that restaurant is so overrated. I'm so sorry. Um, but I started talking to the cashier, like, hey, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. And so I got her name, blah, blah, blah. And that's just how it is. People are friendly, and if you make it weird, then it's gonna be weird. I think that's the case with most things. Like if you make it weird, how do you make a grindstone? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look this up. How to make grindstone Minecraft. So oh, it's a slab and okay. And wood and sticks and like this. Oh wait, that's not even what I want. Ugh. Stone cutter Minecraft. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing actually. Oh my god, I need iron? No way. Uh, you know what I'm gonna do? How do you do this again? Oh my god, wait, okay. Technical issues. So anyways, as you can tell, I did some off-screen mining, we'll call it. I don't particularly care. I just about the integrity of a retrospective run where I'm just kind of talking. Um, but yeah, so anyways, but yeah, no, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think you just need to start doing things. If you want to do things, if you're a person that likes doing things, which I think most people want to do things, you have to do it. I think a lot of what we do is just a little. Oh, I don't have the inventory. I have to click so many times. No, what will I do? But yeah, I think if you want to do something, I know it's really easy to say, and it's really hard. Like it's a little stupid to hear from somebody, but you just have to like sit down and just do it. Just sit down and do it, and you'll be fine. That's the thing. Like I feel like a lot of people are afraid of failure, but you fail every day, whether you try or not. You fail. Maybe you failed by not doing your Duolingo lesson because you didn't want to be wrong. Well, you weren't right anyways. So as far as at least this is my perspective, maybe you can disagree with me. You failed anyways. Just because you don't actively see you did something wrong or the repercussions doesn't mean that you did it right. You know what I mean? So that's my perspective on that. That's what I think. I don't think I'm someone that's done something incredible and that you should definitely listen to. But I think that's kind of what I want to live by, and something that I try and do that I embody every so often. You can probably tell which house I'm building, but I'm just gonna pretend like it's a big secret that I'm keeping from everybody or something like that. Um, so yeah, yeah. So if you want to do something, just sit down and do it. Don't wait until the day of. Like, let's say you want to edit a super cool video. You saw something online and you're like, oh, I want to do that. Just sit down and publish like 30 seconds. I feel like, obviously there's that one incomplete video on my channel. That okay, on the Retrade channel, that's like the thing. But like honestly, I think it's like the what's it called? The technique where you like sit down and do like 30 minutes of homework or something like that. or 5 minutes of homework, and then you're just to kind of put yourself in the mindset and wade through the mental block. I think it's the same thing here, where it's hard. It is to sit down and say I'm gonna do something and actually do it. So I think that's just what being a human is, like what part of being a human is. No, I had sticks over here. Um, so I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, because I've done that, you've done that, your parents have done that, your children would do that if you have any. Your siblings will do that if you have any. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But if you are frustrated with yourself, do it. Just do it. Because if I had made this like a whole, analyzing things, and blah blah blah, like I've tried wanted to do a bunch of times, then I wouldn't have done it. And that's just the way it is. Like, at least for me, I need something. I need something to kind of show me that yes, I can do it. Look, I made this first part, and if I didn't do it right, then I know what I didn't do right. But you'll never know what you're bad at until you do it. So if you wait until the day when you actually do it, then you're probably gonna be bad at it. And I know that that's dumb. I know that that's like the most obvious thing in the world to say, but I think when you really do try and understand something, it's a lot more difficult than what it sounds like. So that's my perspective as a cocky, like young adult. We're back now. I think that's kind of all I have to say. Here's my house. It's not quite the same, but I wanted to use this house as like a little bit of a metaphor, where what would be unacceptable for me. Unacceptable for me would be, for example, that the little things at the top. I actually think it's supposed to be one higher. I just remembered. Um, Unacceptable for me would be that these would be like misaligned, so I actually had to rebuild that. Unacceptable for me would be like, I don't know, not having dark oak doors. I know that's something I was very particular about. I don't even know if they had them back then, but this was my like, whenever I needed a house, I just build this back in the day. So that's kind of maybe where that spawned off from. I don't know quite what's going on with this chest, so we're just gonna ignore that. Um, so, God, that's so weird. But yeah, so anyways, I wanted to use this as a metaphor. I didn't look up a guide or anything. I maybe I should have, if I really wanted to care about it, maybe really get it right, then that I would have looked it up and kind of taken a few minutes to make sure it was right, and stuff like that. But I think this is a really good example. Just do it. Just do it. Just sit down and do it. Because let's say like this first time it didn't come out great, right? Like I think this is supposed to be on higher. There's supposed to be chests all around. There's not supposed to be that there. There was a lot more inside. There was like my furnace and stuff, but that's all in there. So I think there was like a flower pot. I don't know if those were in the game yet. I think like these basically, point is, I think this was much bigger actually. Point is, like, you're not never gonna get anything right on the first try. Maybe you think of yourself that way. I definitely did back in the day. Um, but it's really rare. It's rare, very rare. Chances are you aren't that way. Even if you think yourself that way, you probably aren't, and that's totally fine, because most people aren't that way. So if you say you want to learn a language, well, first of all, Duolingo isn't great, but let's assume that Duolingo did work and it was a good company. Then you could try your hardest to learn Chinese in one day to another, and sure, you might get really far. You might learn how to read the thing, but you're not gonna learn how to speak it. Um, it's just not gonna happen. Like, speak it fluently. You need to practice a little bit every day for years to be good at something. And the 10,000 hours thing by, was it Malcolm Gladwell, isn't super great, but it's much better than, I'm just so strong and so determined that by sheer force of will I'm gonna be able to do this. And I'm particularly, like, I don't know, adamant about that. In part because I think that I exhibited that a lot when I was younger. So I guess maybe that's where those feelings come from. We're gonna get some flowers. Oh my god. Okay, I literally put that there. I was like, to reminisce when I jump into the pool every time back then. I'm running out of food a little bit, but that's what that sheep's there for. Oh, and that sheep. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. As for stuff with the channel, I don't know if video making is for me. I've thought a few times about, like, making a guide for certain things. I remember back in the day I wanted to make like a dual enrollment guide for my high school, and things that would help people. I think maybe someday I'll sit down and do those when I have someone telling me like, hey, you should do this. At least like marginal outside interest, not because like it's of particular usefulness for, like, not because I want someone to be like, hey, what you're doing is good, but because to make sure that somebody looks at it if I'm putting in the effort. Maybe even without that, I would say that might be a good idea. I probably won't need this food on second thought, but yeah. Anyways, those are my thoughts on that. You can always comment if for some reason you're still watching this. It's like 41 minutes in, and I'm gonna trim off like maybe 10 seconds total or something like that. Um, but yeah, that's my update. 10 years later, it's been exactly 10 years. Maybe a little bit less than that, just because it took some time. Like I said, it wasn't my first take ever. I don't know why I didn't continue the survival world. I am a little bit sorry about that. But yeah, that's 10 years of premium 998, which later turned into premium plays, which later turned into retrade, which is now me, or um, anyways, yeah, that's gonna be that. Thank you for being here. If you are, I don't think anybody's actually gonna make it to this point, but yeah, hopefully the next 10 years can be a little bit fruitful insofar as actually embodying what I believe is, because believing it is one thing and actually doing it is another. I just spotted this. Um, and yeah, hopefully you guys have a great day. Hopefully you guys have a good one. If at least one person asks for the playlist with the videos, then I'll put it down there. But otherwise, I like I said, I have an assignment due today, and Bad Bunny's playing at the Super Bowl, so that's like the last thing on my mind. I think I'm just gonna look like 2x this in the editor, and then kind of blot out whatever I want to blot out, and that's gonna be it. So yeah, thanks so much. Have a wonderful day, and that's gonna be Premium 9998 signing off for probably the last time, unless I make another 10-year retrospective, which I probably won't remember. I'm actually gonna put it in my Google Calendar now. But yeah, that's me signing off. Thanks so much, and hopefully you have a wonderful day.